Today on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, Tom is on location in Music City, USA at the NRA annual meetings. Now broadcasting from the Ruger booth in Nashville. Here's Tom.
All righty, we are at the NRA annual meetings in Nashville. Tom Gresham here. It's Gun Talk Radio. Got a lot of folks walking by here. We're in the Ruger booth. We love hanging out with the Ruger booth here, and we got Mike Fifer, the CEO of Ruger's, with us. And Mike, your booth is packed. And, of course, today we're actually doing the show on Saturday for broadcast on Sunday. It's going to be huge. And people, they're just picking up guns. You can't even get to all your guns. So what are they looking at? What's going on here?
Well, Tom, this is my favorite event of the whole year. Yeah? I actually like this even better than SHOT Show. You've got 70 or 80,000 folks who absolutely love guns, and they come in, and it's just a big celebration. It's a lot of fun. It
really is something. And, of course, everybody walks in and says, what's going on? What's new? What can I see? And you guys always have new things for people. So what are you showing them? And also, what are they talking about?
Well, Tom, we haven't actually launched anything at the NRA show. Mm-hmm. What we do now is when the gun's ready, we launch it. But we've launched so many in the past 6 months that a lot of the folks coming here today haven't seen them yet.
Well, they're new to them.
It's their first chance to pick up our new AR-556 rifle or one of the new handguns, and so it's pretty exciting for them, and it's fun to show them the guns. Cool.
Okay. So I know you want to say something about now is the time. What are we doing here?
Well, there's an old phrase, anybody who learned to type 40 years ago, is now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country.
Right.
And I went to a lunch where Wayne LaPierre and Chris Cox spoke, and it literally had the same impact on me this time as it did a few years ago when we launched the Million Gun Challenge.
Right.
You know, they talked about the upcoming elections, the challenge, and I think on Sunday a certain Miss Hillary is going to announce she's running for president.
Right.
And I tell you, it was really inspiring. And it convinced me that we've got to get started right now to arm the NRA, arm them with funds so they can go fight these political battles on our behalf so that they're ready next year. We can't wait till the beginning of 16 to do it.
Right.
Well, we had the same kind of conversation, and I came out of it a few years ago with the idea that how can I give $1 million to the NRA? And I didn't want to get in trouble with my board of directors. How could I pull this stunt off?
Okay.
And so our excuse was the Million Gun Challenge. We're going to try to be the first company in history to make and ship 1 million guns in 1 year.
Right.
And we'd donate $1 for every gun that we did that. And that would give me the vehicle to give the NRA ILA, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. There's a real distinction.
Yes.
To give them $1 million so they could fight on our behalf.
Okay.
Okay. And it worked fabulously. We gave $1.3 million.
Right.
Okay.
It was huge.
So after listening to their talks a couple days ago, what can I do now? Well, I can't do the Million Gun Challenge again.
Right.
And just giving $1 a gun didn't seem right.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm announcing right now the start of our 2 million gun challenge.
Holy cow.
And we're going to do $2 a gun. And my goal is to raise between 4 and 5 million by the NRA show next year for the NRA ILA to fight on our behalf.
Whoa. 2 million guns, $2 a gun, $4 to $5 million we're hoping for. Does that seem reachable?
Nope. But when we went for 1 million, that didn't seem reachable either. And I'll tell you what, all those folks out there who like Rugers, they came to the table. Yep. They participated. They helped. We didn't do it.
Sure.
They did it.
Well, this is a huge announcement, Mike. This is incredible. I appreciate you doing it here. The 2 million gun challenge from Ruger starts today.
It's from one NRA show to the next.
Okay, we're kicking it off right now. So when you buy a Ruger gun, $2 of that is going to go to NRA or NRA ILA.
Well, that's a really important distinction, and one I didn't really realize until just a couple of years ago, and I'll bet a bunch of your listeners don't actually realize the difference, too. If you give $25 to become an annual member, that $25 by law cannot go to the political fight.
Right. You're not actually helping with the legislation side of it because ILA is completely separate and those monies cannot commingle.
Right. And ILA is the Institute for Legislative Action. That's the part of the NRA that can fight the political battles on our behalf. So the $25 for your membership is just supporting the NRA, keeping it going, getting those wonderful magazines like American Rifleman or American Hunter. But what we actually need to do is, maybe not every year, but on a big election year coming up, so like the next 12 months are critical, if we could get everyone to just pitch in a little more, whether it's $1 a month or
the cost of a box of ammo
month,
or something, anything.
Just something. If literally there's 5 million members of the NRA, if even 1 million of those just put in $25 in the coming year for the battle,
right?
That would be half of ILA's budget right there for the battle.
Cow. That's terrific. That is a fabulous concept. I love the idea. Wayne said something. He says, understand that if Hillary Clinton gets elected, because the reality is, if she's elected, it'll be an 8-year deal.
And it'll be a disaster for us.
Even more of a disaster than we have now. It takes us to 2025.
Yeah.
Now, if that doesn't scare the heck out of you, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
So you cannot gear up in the last 6 months for this kind of a thing.
No, that'd be too late. We got to start right now.
Right now.
We've got to build up the war chest to fight this battle.
That is fabulous. What a great idea. It's it's one of the things we do. We come to the NRA show and we get our batteries recharged. We get energized. We go, okay, I'm ready. Just show me which hill and we'll go take it.
Exactly. So we're raising funds for the ILA division of NRA.
Excellent.
And we're going to ask all of the folks who buy a Ruger to pitch in, throw in another $1 or something, or if you can do it, throw in $25 to the ILA, because we can really, really make a difference. If the ILA's budget for the political fight is $58 million,
right?
Let's put another $25 million in there. We ought to be able to do it if everybody just chips in a little tiny bit.
Yeah, it does. You don't have to pay till it hurts. You just have to put a little bit in, and then we all do that. And it makes the difference. I mean, and the thing is, these elections, as we know now, are won actually not on the national scale, but they apply strategic money to certain areas, and a little bit of money can go a long way.
The critical battleground states.
That's it. It's exactly right.
And you'll remember in 2013, we started on our website a section where we made it really easy for people to write a letter to their legislators. And it was really critical to hold back the huge assault on us.
Right, I remember that.
So we're going to create a section on our website where somebody buys a Ruger and they want to put $1 or $1 a week or $25, make it really easy for them to make that contribution directly to ILA.
Oh, okay.
We won't touch the money. We're just trying to take all the friction out, grease the wheels to make it really easy for somebody to do it.
This is going to be on the Ruger website?
It will.
Okay. I know you just came up with this idea, so it's not there today.
No, it'll take us 2 or 3 weeks to get all this launched.
Right.
But before you know, it'll be up there and running. And when we did the letters to legislators, 6 million people wrote letters.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, when it's up and running, we'll get you back on, and we'll reinforce this, and then we'll keep talking about it because we want people to know about it. We can talk about guns anytime. This is more important right now, frankly. And I mean, I know you agree. That's why you brought it up. You got all your cheat sheets here about guns, but let's talk about the important stuff, which is we've got to win this upcoming election.
It's absolutely critical, and the time to start is right now.
Mike Fifer, CEO of Ruger, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Thank you for hosting us in your booth.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, we'll be right back in a minute with more Gun Talk.
The XDM 3.8 Compact from Springfield Armory is 2 guns in 1. Use as your concealed carry gun with a compact magazine and use the extended magazine for home defense. Carry 13 rounds of 9mm in the compact magazine and a whopping 19 rounds in the extended magazine. To see the entire family of Springfield Armory XDM pistols, go to SpringfieldArmory.com. That's SpringfieldArmory.com.
No matter what gun you have, you want it to hit harder, shoot faster and flatter, and be more accurate. You get all that with the ammunition from Double Tap. Double Tap's experts select the best bullets, then load them to higher velocities while keeping safe pressures. Shoot small groups. Shoot farther. Use custom hunting loads in your handgun or rifle. Even fire 2 projectiles with 1 shot. DoubleTapAmmo.com. That's DoubleTapAmmo.com.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
Are you looking for a place to shoot? The National Shooting Sports Foundation has a great website called wheretoshoot.org. It's the largest database of shooting ranges on the internet. It's also a great resource for shooters where you can find video tips, printable targets, and a lot more. Find it online at wheretoshoot.org. And while you're there, download their free iPhone app. That's wheretoshoot.org.
All right, we're back with you here with the NRA's annual meetings in Nashville. We're in the Ruger booth here having a ball. Tom Gresham, it's Gun Talk. By the way, don't forget, we're always giving away something on Gun Talk. Right now, if you go to guntalk.com/win, you can enter to win an Arms Corps and Rock Island Army. Grand prize is the TCM Rock Ultra FS single stack in 22 TC. Also, it comes with a 9mm barrel. 2 mags, 100 rounds of ammo, lots of cool stuff. Go to guntalk.com/win. Aaron Moore joins us right now from LaserLyte with like the coolest toys and the worst time wasters I've ever seen. We have this in the office, and it's a mess because all we want to do is play with this stuff, man. You are evil.
Well, my only responsibility of that is I made the product, and it's up to you to do what you want to.
I'm sorry, I'm powerless against this thing. I mean, this is the coolest laser timer shot target, and you actually have laser guns that you don't have to put this on your gun. Mm-hmm. You provide the guns for this.
It's a gun. It feels like a real gun, and it's weighted like a real gun.
It's got a good trigger.
It's a great trigger, and the trigger resets, so you don't have to keep on racking the slide.
Right. Right.
As a laser built in, and it's always ready to go and ready.
You can put this target across the room, and you never have to walk up to it because you can set it, start the timer, reset it, see your score without ever getting out of your easy chair.
Easy chair, couch, laying down, whatever.
That's right.
In bed, maybe.
Or you could do like ninja tuck and roll across the room.
Yeah.
Which not that we've ever done that before.
No, not with little face paint. Maybe. Yeah.
What do you call this thing anyway?
This is the score time target. It's
seriously cool. I mean, I'm not kidding, guys. This is a seriously cool rig. What does this whole thing go for? What do you sell it for?
The target itself retails for $350.
Okay.
And the pistol retails for $150.
Okay.
You could find it cheaper out there at several places.
Oh, okay.
But
shop around a little bit.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, you can get 2 people doing this, and you're comparing your scores and shooting against each other, and you got. It's just. And beyond being fun, it's a serious training device also, which is the other part of it.
The latent effect of wasting a lot of time and bragging rights with your buddies is you're actually getting better at shooting.
Yes.
You're not spending any ammo. You're not losing any hearing. You don't even have to waste any gas to go to range, but you're shooting and training and sight alignment, trigger control, every aspect of it.
Right, because, it is a good trigger. It's a good set of sights, and so if you do it right, it pays off. If you do it wrong, you get immediate feedback. It's amazing. If all your shots are hitting low and left, you're going, okay, I am definitely pulling the trigger badly here. Yep. And then you start working on it, and, really in a matter of almost minutes, your shooting improves.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could, shoot sighted fire or unsighted fire. Probably the biggest improvement I saw with laser training was the ability just to punch out and put a nice group on.
Just looking over the top of the gun.
Yeah, and because you're instinctually doing that all the time, when you're laser training, you're not worrying about the sight so much.
Now, have you found that transfers when you go out to the range and shooting?
Absolutely. It cut my groups probably in a third.
Oh, wow.
My first time out. Just to punch out and...
All right, but now you have... itty-bitty guy here.
The biggest thing at this show.
The biggest thing is the littlest thing.
Is the smallest thing ever.
All right. We've got the North American Arms mini revolver with a laser.
This is the Mighty Mouse laser. Trademark a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
It's the Mighty Mouse laser. It's a grip laser, grip activated laser. So it's all in here. and you grab it like you're going to shoot it, because there's only one finger you can hold on to this thing with, and the laser's all integrated here. It fits
How cool is that?
on every single North American .22 Magnum frame ever made.
And I have one of these revolvers, so I have to have one of these, because the truth of it is, the revolver's actually pretty accurate.
Yes.
The barrel is accurate.
Yep.
The problem is, as we know, it just has a very short sight radius.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you have the laser on it, now sight radius doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. At 21 feet, I could put every round into a 3 or 4 inch circle.
So
at 21 feet.
So the gun is capable of it. It's just harder to shoot. You make it easier to shoot.
Yep. But you
with
got
a laser.
You got to train with it. Yep.
That's the other part. You got to train with it.
Yeah.
So
we make a laser train for 22 also.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Now you've you make lasers for guns, for people to use self-defense and all that, but you've kind of occupied the space of laser trainers, which is huge. I mean, and yet not just the score time, but you've got the tin cans that knock over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's uber cool. That is so much fun.
Every aspect of laser training, that it's kind of it was an emerging market that just kind of grew on its own naturally, and we went with it.
I guess you did.
Coming with it, you know.
It's now, where do they find out more information about it?
Oh, LaserLyte.com is our website.
And it's LaserLyte.
Why? Because we love you.
Okay. Thank you, Annette Funicello.
Yeah.
But only a few of us are old enough to remember that.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know. Who is that? That's right. Exactly right.
There's a Mickey Mouse song that I remember.
Yeah, exactly right. So, all right. So, what's next for you guys?
More laser training stuff.
Yeah.
We have more targets. Little like steel plates that fall over and shoot and go ding when you shoot them.
Sweet.
More reaction type targets.
Right.
More trigger time pistols. Wouldn't you love to see a J-frame revolver, snub nose revolver,
Sure.
trigger time pistol? Wouldn't you like to see a 1911 trigger time pistol?
Yes.
Laser.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Now, is there any reason you can't make those that will actually work in holsters?
Oh, absolutely. That's the cool thing about.
That's the thing. You can draw that. You can actually practice, because the thing is, it's a countdown timer. Then you get the beep, so you can react, and it times your reaction as well as scores your shots.
Well, we also have a new target coming out that it'll score how much time it takes for you to draw and shoot on the target. So down to the seconds, down to the tenth of a second.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with these ideas? Drink heavily?
Drink heavily, and more than just water.
Oh, okay, that's good. Adult beverages, but not with real guns. So it's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah. No, you just walk around. You got finger on the pulse of the market. Walk around, read a lot of stuff. And
come to the NRA show. I bet people walk up to you and say, "Have you ever thought about?"
Yeah.
And you get these ideas, right?
Yeah. Every now and then, one of them sticks.
Well, that's it. It's like always. You got to try a lot of different things. You go, okay, that one I think has legs.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something with that one.
There was yesterday. There was one that possibly has legs.
Really?
Yeah. A guy come out of nowhere, showed us something, and I'm like, hey, that's a good idea.
That's
why
pretty
didn't
sweet.
I think of that?
Yeah, I know. You're going, it's the old deal of it. None of us is as smart as all of us.
Yeah.
And so, you do what you do, and then somebody walks up, and you're just going, I can't believe I didn't think of that. That's brilliant.
Now I have to pay royalties or buy a patent on it. And
or at least buy the guy a drink.
Yeah.
Come on.
Here's an adult beverage for you.
That's right. Exactly right. Okay, so we got the laser time. Excuse me while I just... Okay.
So shoot.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Timer?
Set time here. Okay, I've got it on 5 seconds.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot the start. 1, 2, countdown. Here it goes.
At the beep, let it
Ready?
rip. You are pretty close to that target.
I'm not close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit it. Good. Okay. Good.
176 from 3 feet away. That's fantastic.
Right. Well, I was closing the distance too. I was moving in out of here.
Shoot and communicate, right?
No, we do have. We do have this in the office.
Yeah.
And it's actually in Ryan's office, which is next to mine.
Yeah.
He'll have the door closed. And I think he's on an important business call, and then through the wall I hear, he's not working now.
People will call me. Mark Keefe will call me, and he'll be like, "What's that clicking sound in the back? Can't you talk to me for a second?" No, I'm laser training. I'm doing R&D, Mark. Come on.
That's right. This is serious training going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, what we didn't talk about was just your basic line of lasers for guns.
Yeah.
You might just kind of touch on that of what you have.
We have a fantastic setup with all bunch of trigger guard mounted lasers for all your small pocket pistols, like your LCP, or not LCP, TCP, Taurus TCP.
Right.
Your Glock 42 and your Glock 43.
Oh.
All those, and it's a simple system on your Sky pistol lasers. It's a simple system where you buy one kit and it'll fit multiple guns.
Really?
Out of one kit.
So if you have, obviously all of us have more than one gun,
Yeah.
so we don't have to buy a separate laser for each one.
Right. So you buy the Glock package.
You know you're not going to sell as many lasers this way, right?
Well, but everybody's going to have a laser.
Everybody's going to have a laser.
Yeah,
That's right, for all their guns.
Exactly. But
That's pretty nice.
So one kit will fit multiple guns. The Glock kit will fit the Glock 42 and 43 and the 26 and 27. So that covers all the baby Glocks there.
I got to shoot the 43 a couple of days ago. Sweet.
It's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, and I've shot the 42, and it's very nice. And this is just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
9mm, of course, so it's a little bit snappier.
Is it bad we're in Ruger's booth talking about Glocks?
Nah, it's okay. It's all right. They're all good competitors.
Yeah.
They say that's okay. We'll make our stuff, and it's all good. Aren't we lucky to have so many good guns and so many good gun companies? I mean, there's never been a better time.
No.
And you walk around the floor here, and you just go, wow, man, we've got the choices we have is incredible.
And they're fantastic quality, reliability.
And they stay by. I can't tell you, every week I get a note from somebody that says, I had a problem. There he goes.
I'm shooting Mark Keefe.
Shoot Mark Keefe. Well, everybody wants to shoot Mark Keefe. Yeah, he's on next here. So, but people will write in and say, I had a problem with a gun, and, you always tell me to, call the manufacturer, and I didn't. And finally I called Ruger, and they said, well, just send it in. And so I sent it in, and they fixed it, and there's no charge. I go, yes, that's what they do.
Isn't that a great thing?
Give them a chance, you know? I mean, when you're making 1 million or 1.2 million guns, whatever it is they're making now a year, you're going to get some that go out the door, but give them a chance. They want to make it right.
Yeah. Just give everybody a chance and
that's it.
Right,
All right, so LaserLyte score time. You've got the score time. You've got the little knockover cans. You've got the trigger time. Laser guns. You got the
Mighty Mouse.
And no telling what else you got there. So it's LaserLyte with a Y, LaserLyte.com, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so they can go there. They can find out about it. You can get it at local stores. You can buy it. Just do some looking around. You can find it, right?
Yeah, Cabela's, Bass Pro, every gun store across America, we're there.
There you go. Aaron, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All righty. We are at the NRA's annual meetings here. We're in downtown Nashville having a ball here. Next up, Mark Keefe from the NRA, American Rifleman, the magazine that you love. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We got news for you coming up, and I got to tell you about what I did last night. Yeah, you're going to want to hear this one.
Covering all aspects of gun ownership every week on this fine radio station. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
All right, welcome back to Gun Talk. We're at the NRA's annual meetings. We're at the Ruger booth out of all here. And my good friend, Mark Keefe, he's the editor of American Rifleman magazine. And also, Mark, I guess you also run the TV show.
I do, yeah. No, I remember, Tom, you and I having a little conversation outside of the NASGW, the wholesaler show, where you ended up with a television show and I ended up with a television show, and we just sat there like gentlemen in the sun discussing how we weren't going to step on each other's toes. And I think one of the great things about our business is, you can be out there competing for ad dollars. You can be, but,
sure.
Guys like us get to be friends, and we get to...
We were friends before that. We're going to be friends through that. We'll be friends after that. So don't let the business get in the way of the friendship.
Well, and it's funny to see how a particular Firearms television has grown.
Oh, no kidding.
It started off with Jim Scouten a long time ago, and now, there's an entire block of programming on the Outdoor Channel, the Sportsman's Channel, very committed to shooting sports programming. And I think it's important that people be able to see the things that they love to do, and interesting people. Let's face it, people watch television because they're interesting people doing interesting things.
Except for us, of course. We're not interested.
I'm a terribly boring man.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, I would agree with you on that. Why do you think I do a radio? I've got a face made for radio.
But no, we've been doing Outdoor Channel American Rifleman since I think 2003, and. We've gotten to do some great things. Last year I was able to go to Belgium and Luxembourg, and we did 4 shows on the Battle of the Bulge.
Cool.
Major Dick Winters, who was the commander of Easy Company 506, he moved on to Battalion XO. I got to go to his foxhole in Bois Jacques.
Whoa.
I got to go to the place where Don Burgett first fired on German Advance at Noville. So I got to go to these places, and I got to see some great guns and some great museums.
You're a real student of history anyway.
I am. I mean, I have an honors history degree out of the University of Maryland, and someone took pity on me and hired me at the NRA Museum as an assistant. Oh, no, I'm sorry, curatorial assistant.
A curatorial assistant.
Which was a bit more janitorial, to be honest, Tom. I got to keep the glass clean and the guns from rusting, and then
there you go.
I'm celebrating my 25th year with the National Rifle Association this year.
It's fabulous, and the magazine has never looked better. And I say that having worked at the NRA in publications back in the old days, and the magazine is great. You've just done a wonderful job with it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you were at one time the editor of American Hunter.
Yes, I was. That was 1,000,000 years ago.
No, I don't know about 1,000,000, but
but it was a while back.
But
before I went to Alaska, I was the editor of Alaska Magazine. You know, you talk about gun and shooting TV. Actually, you know, you go back. Of course, there was hunting on TV, and then it was about 25 years ago, the NSSF did a show called Shooting Sports America.
Yep,
and that was on ESPN, not even ESPN2.
Right, the real ESPN.
The real ESPN, and we had handguns and shotguns and rifle and competition and all that kind of stuff. So it was a hoot. So Dad hosted that, which, by the way, I have to mention at this point, my dad, of course, Gritch Gresham, and you are the current recipient of the Gritch Gresham Communicator of the Year Award. So congratulations.
Well, thank you, Tom. You know, you and I, we've been friends a long time, and I got an email from you that said, Mark, call me, Tom. I'm like, oh no. What did NRA do this time?
What have I done now?
Yeah. And I could not be more honored because, of course, I grew up, I got to watch American Sportsman. My grandfather and I had watched that together. And then coming up in the industry, you'd see Grits and his hat go by, and I'd be like, wow, that's Grits Gresham. And then I got to meet your dad, and then eventually, towards the end of his career, he came to work for NRA. I got to be his editor.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, when you get to edit one of your heroes, one of your role models, the guy that, man, I would love to grow up to be that guy. But what's even funnier is when you ask him to write a story and you get the story in, and it's not the one you wanted. Well, you just run it anyway.
It's Grits, right?
It's Grits.
That's right.
And it was a beautiful story. It was well written. Wasn't what I wanted for that issue.
He's thinking, nah, that's not what you need. This is what you need.
He knew better.
He says, listen, kid, I'll tell you what you need.
But really, it was a great honor to be able to work with your dad, be able to get to know your dad. And, you know, I tell you, I think I inspired a run on a couple of YouTube channels when I did a blog or two saying, hey, there are YouTube channels that have his commercials. They have bits that he did.
Yeah, those old LaserLyte commercials.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah, those are fun. Well, now, give me some numbers. NRA numbers, American Rifleman numbers. How many people are reading the magazine now?
We are mailing. It depends on the month,
sure.
But we had a huge spike, of course, in the legislative activity with people trying to ban guns.
Right.
And our circulation went up to 2.2 million, and I think we're right about 2 million. We haven't seen NRA members are sticking with us. I think one of the reasons, of course, is the threat has not gone away. But right. I think guys just like the magazine.
Well, and there are more gun owners now than we've ever had before.
Absolutely.
And you know what my position has always been. I can't even imagine that any gun owner is not a member of the NRA. And then when you belong to the NRA, you get to choose which magazine you want. But, and here's the part I wanted to bring out, you're not limited to that.
No.
You could get more than one magazine.
Absolutely.
So if you're really into hunting, but you kind of like the gun aspect of it, you could get the Hunter. You can also get the Rifleman.
And we also have a legislative magazine, America's First Freedom. The other thing we do, too, is we offer digital versions of our magazines.
Oh.
We offer what we call a replica product, and it's basically magazine pages that you can look on your tablet. And we also have an iPad app, NRA Magazines, through the App Store. So if you have an iPad, you can download your magazine onto your iPad. We put extra video in there. A lot of the American Rifleman television show segments, if it applies to what's going on in the magazine.
A lot of added value there.
Absolutely. And we're working on a Droid solution on that. And our circulation is actually several 100,000 in the digital realm. But still, it's print magazines.
It's good. And they're beautiful magazines. Mark, I got to run. We're up against our break here. thank you so much for joining us.
I am delighted to have been here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, as always. We just like, if we weren't talking on the radio, we'd still be talking about the same things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'd just be standing in the hall as opposed to in the booth.
That's right. Exactly right. I'll tell you what, we'll do it again another time, all right?
I will look forward to it.
All
Thank
right,
you,
Mark
Tom.
Keefe is the editor of American Rifleman, and, of course, that's the NRA, which we are at the NRA annual meetings in Nashville. We'll be right back.
TopGunSupply.com carries a large selection of fine firearms and accessories. Get all the parts you need for your Sig Sauer, HK, and Glock pistols. Grips, screws, recoil springs, sights, barrels, magazines, holsters. The list goes on. Our knowledgeable sales staff, professional service, great prices, and super fast shipping are here to help you. Check us out today. TopGunSupply.com. TopGunSupply.com.
EWL by Slip 2000 is the absolute best gun lube available, period. It will never gum up or become sticky. It won't attract dust, dirt, or sand, and doesn't freeze in cold weather. It penetrates and bonds with a metal reducing friction and wear, which means less cleaning and easier cleaning. Why not try it? Visit our participating dealer for a free sample or go to slip2000.com. That's slip2000.com.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Batagroup. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Making news 30 years ago. The modern internet made strides when 5 supercomputers were linked to form a network. It was the same year ArmScore entered the U.S. market. What a coincidence. Why not use the internet to celebrate? Get big online discounts and rebates on the world's #1 selling 1911s from Rock Island Armory and quality ammunition from ArmScore. Get yours at armscore.com/guntalk. ArmScore, USA strong for 30 years.
All right, we are back with you. Tom Gresham, it's Tom Gresham's Gun Talk at the NRA show. We're in the Ruger booth, of course. I promised I would tell you about something that happened last night. Okay, I got to share this with you. Went to a very interesting dinner with John Lott and his organization, which is the Crime Research Group. Basically, John Lott, of course, who wrote the book, More Guns, Less Crime. He's been our statistician for all these years on gun rights. And I call his research intellectual ammunition. If we don't have that, we don't have anything that proves the lies of the gun banners. And so we had Brad Thor, the novelist there, Dana Lash, Katie Pavlik, Ted Nugent was there, a lot of folks, and they're raising money and all. And so in the middle of it, just to let you know, I got up in the middle and it's this important to me. Gun Talk donated $50,000 in airtime to these guys.
Nice.
To raise some money. Joining me right now, we've got Ryan Repp from Brownells. How you doing? You said you guys couldn't get in here. What was going on? They're fighting.
We've had all kinds of travel issues coming in, Tom. It's been interesting. You're supposed to get the president, Matt Buckingham, today, but you have to settle with the communications guy.
No. This is good. It's good. We always have fun together.
No, very nice. Thanks for having us on.
I just wanted to get that out there because I encourage people to get involved. It's crimeresearch.org if they want to help out with the cause. Because otherwise, they have these bogus research groups that are always putting out this fake stuff about guns and crime and all that. And if we didn't have John Lott doing what he does, we wouldn't have anything to fight that with. So I think it's important.
Absolutely.
So your booth is crowded.
The booth is absolutely crowded. We have a great location right next to the NRA booth. So you know what? That's what happens when you've been at the show 67 years.
I was going to say, and Brownells has been here longer than anybody.
Yeah, I think we've been here. The Champion's Choice, Weatherby, and Brownells started exhibiting at the NRA show.
Same year, right?
The same year. And I believe that was the first year that they actually had a show portion of the meetings.
Right.
So
it's amazing. So, all right, Brownells, 15, 20 years ago, it was easy. We say, well, Brownells sells stuff to gunsmiths, tools and things.
Yep.
It's not so easy anymore.
Well, yeah, we try to make it easy to do business with us, but we do have that perception.
But describing what you guys do, you keep expanding into all these areas.
Yeah, we do. We have that perceptions out there still that it's the gunsmith supply house. It's where gunsmiths go, and I still hear sometimes from the consumer that hey, we can't buy from you, but that's just not true.
Right? Oh no, and you've got ammo, you've got of course supplies, reloading supplies, reloading gear, and survival gear now.
Yep.
And I don't know what else you're up to. You got a laundry list. What are you guys up to?
Well, we got archery now as well.
Archery.
Overnight, it's been live for about a year. Overnight, we became the internet's largest archery retailer.
Wow.
We're probably 15,000 SKUs into archery at this point, at least. So, really, all things for the outdoorsman.
Son of a gun. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's new? What do you got cooking?
So the new program, and I think we talked a little bit about SHOT Show, but it's been very well received. We launched a SHOT Show called the Brownells Edge, which is our new shipping and loyalty program. It's for about $49.95 a year, a membership fee, one time.
Right.
You get free standard shipping. You get discounted 2-day and expedited shipping, free returns, and members-only offers. And so that's a really great program for us. It's been quite popular.
And I think when you told us about it, I thought, okay, I'm thinking Amazon Prime kind of a program, right?
Real similar to that model, yep.
Okay, so if you are a frequent buyer, this makes sense very quickly for you.
It does. Just a few orders, particularly if you do a lot of expedited shipping and that sort of thing.
Right.
Somewhere between 4 and 7 orders, it's paid off. So if you order regularly at all, it's really a no-brainer.
And you guys, and people are saying, why would I order that much? Have you looked at the ammo supply? You guys have become a major supplier of ammunition.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we have kind of in the traditional Brownells signature. There's all the common stuff, your 223, 308 stuff, 45, 9mm, of course, all that. All sorts of different.
But you got some of the kind of out there stuff.
All
too.
the out there stuff too. Yeah.
So if you're looking for ammo and you can't find it locally, there's a pretty good chance you can find it on the Brownells website.
That's correct.
Okay. What else you got?
Absolutely. Well, so we're seeing some pretty interesting industry trends. You see it a little bit at the show with the Colt 1903, the introduction of that 1903 Colt that's out now. But old is new, kind of in the industry.
Right.
So we're seeing a lot of that type of activity. Anything that kind of brings back that retro look, very popular in the industry right now.
Yep, of course.
We've got that. We've got a new M16A1 barrel. That's perfect for the retro look. Yep, 20-inch chrome lined barrel, 1-12 twist. So
if you want to go back like early M16 look,
absolutely, yeah, Vietnam era stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Of course, AR pistols are really the thing right now.
Yeah, they are, and people are building them. You guys have, I can't even believe we missed it. You've got a whole program where you can build your own AR with Brownells parts.
Yep. AR15builder.com. It's a really, really cool thing. It makes it very, very simple to get in and build an AR. So you just drag and drop, and
you build the AR online.
Yep.
And you basically just pull out, and as you're building it, it's compiling a list of all the parts you need.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're done, you can order it, and everything arrives, and you get to assemble your AR.
It compiles the list, but you also see it visually displayed on the screen.
Yeah, it does. It builds the rifle in a picture as you add different parts. They slide in, and now you got your complete rifle.
Right.
And then you say, no, I don't like that. I'm going to change that out, and you change that part out, and then your picture changes.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's actually a patented thing that we have. Not just for the firearms industry, but it's a patented thing for all industries.
Really?
That builder technology. Yeah, really, really neat.
That's sweet.
And what's really cool about that is, and you don't run into a lot of mil-spec, because that 223 platform is mil-spec, you don't run into a lot of compatibility issues,
right.
But it's also built in with compatibility design in the background. So if there does happen to be something, it won't let you drag a certain part.
Okay,
there.
so if you try to drag things in there that don't work together, it won't let you do it.
Right.
So it won't let you get a collection of parts that won't go together.
That's right. Yeah.
Which makes the consumer happy. It means your customer service line doesn't ring.
Right.
Which, speaking of, I tell you what, I'm going to have to take a break here. We'll come back. I do want to touch on the fact that one of the things that I think is one of Brownells' biggest benefits to your customers is the database of knowledge that walks around on two legs at that place.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because you got the biggest, most incredible bunch of texts. Whatever you need to know, there's somebody there that knows that. We'll talk about that when we come back. We're visiting with Ryan Repp from Brownells. By the way, if you want to go check it out, it's brownells.com, BROWNELLS.com. I'm at the NRA's annual meetings in Nashville. we're talking it up. We've got people walking by. About 70 to 80,000 of our closest friends are here. You know what they're talking about? Same thing you talk about when you're talking with me. It's about guns. All right, we're visiting with Ryan Repp from Brownells here. We're talking about the great folks at Brownells. Of course, you have I don't know. Actually, I don't think there's anybody there that knows how many products you have now. It's totally out of control.
I'm sure we need some sort of extensive report to find out an exact number.
But one of the great benefits, one of the values you have is the reps. And I have people that call me and they'll say, what about this thing? What about this thing? I say, look, I know some things, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I know who does know. Call Brownells, ask to speak to one of the techs there, and your tech people, gunsmiths, between all of them, they know something about everything.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing you can stomp them on. They know everything.
No, yeah, undoubtedly. That's one of the legacies of the Brownell family and sort of what our contribution to the industry is not only being a place in the source for products, but also being the place in the source for information.
Right.
And so the gun techs are a huge part of that. I actually refer to them kind of as the heartbeat of the company. There's like 15 or 16 guys in there,
right,
which is a cool number, but when you add up that number, it comes out to be like 400 plus years of firearms experience.
And you call in and you say, well, I've got a question about an old Browning shotgun. And they say, well, Bob over here really knows that stuff.
Yep.
And then you call in and say, I've got an old flintlock. And they go, oh, yeah, Jimmy over here, he's really good on those. Mm-hmm. And there's somebody there that will know the answer. And then they may say, well, look, we don't have that. But, I think Johnny over in West, Wego, he has some of those, and we'll send him over there.
Yep.
Whatever it is, even if the answer isn't Brownells, they'll give you the answer and get you there.
That's exactly right. No, and what is interesting is all those guys do come from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys used to be the president of the American Pistol Smiths Guild. There's other guys that are, great custom work guys with bolt guns and that sort of thing, and just a plethora of knowledge.
And the other thing is, when you call Brownells, you actually talk to real people.
Yep, always.
Always talk to real people. You're not going to get into voicemail hell or whatever the thing is.
Yep.
You're not going to get caught in that. You're going to talk to somebody. Somebody's going to answer the phone, and they're going to route you to somebody who's going to answer the phone.
That's exactly right.
It's fabulous. How's the new building coming?
New building's coming along great. We're shipping out of there now. We hope to move the offices here probably in the next, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. And then hopefully open that retail store up maybe late this year, early next.
Okay. So, and that's in Grinnell,
yeah,
right?
Yep, Grinnell, Iowa.
Grinnell, Iowa. Right there on the interstate. So if you're going east and west across the country, what's the interstate there?
It's Interstate 80.
It's 80. Okay. So if you're taking I-80, once this place is open, just make that one of your destination stops. You got to stop at the place and see Brownells. And, what I figure you do is look, when you walk in the door, hand them the credit card and tell them to page you when it's maxed out.
We, of course, will not have any issue with that.
No, you're good with that, right?
I suspect that we would have no problem with that.
Attention, Tom Gresham, your MasterCard has been maxed out. You must now leave the building.
The nice part for you, Tom, too, is it's right next to the airport.
Oh, I know. It can fly right in there. I can literally walk to your place from the airport. There,
easily,
Airport.
yeah.
And by the way, that airport, if you've not been over there, has a Nickelodeon.
Really?
Yes. And they got a jar of coins. You walk in, you can drop a jar in there, and this old Nickelodeon will play music. This old piano.
Is that right?
Very cool. It's worth the trip around the corner to
I'll have
see
to check
that
it
place.
out.
Yeah. It's a pretty neat deal. The Grinnell, Iowa airport. I have flown in there many times.
Yeah.
And been stuck there in the fog a few times too.
Interesting.
It's a great deal, and of course you're expanding so you can handle all these other new things. And as they come out, we'll give the news here. Of course, and it'll also be on the website as you roll out new things.
Always on the website, yep.
So Brownells.com is the go-to place, whether it's AR-15 builder, where you're looking for ammo, looking for parts. And we didn't even mention, you guys got parts for thousands and thousands of different guns.
Yeah.
You've got it all. We can't cover it all today.
No, it's difficult to cover. Yeah, one of the new things to keep people informed of what's new, we have a new thing, and again, kind of going back to that information legacy, we do have the new product videos that will come out every week, a new piece that kind of talks about the latest 5 products.
And the videos are on the website.
Yeah, yep. The website and the YouTube channel, and we'll have a new product center coming here pretty soon.
Okay. Well, we got that. Come on back and we'll do it. Okay, we'll talk about that.
That'll be great.
I appreciate it. Ryan Repp from Brownells. Check it out. Brownells.com. They've got, you know what? If they don't have it, truth is you don't need it. It's as simple as that. All right, be right back in a minute from the NRA show in Nashville.